Hello students, welcome to SRM Biology classes. Today's topic is the most important abiotic factor is the soil. Soil is the one of the inorganic derivative found on the upper surface of the earth. The earth's upper crust having the mixture of organic and mineral derivatives will form soil. If you observe the chemistry of the physical and the chemistry of the soil, it is mainly composed of various types of mineral particles. In addition to the mineral particles, you can find the presence of water, you can find the presence of soil air, and you can find the presence of organic matter derived from either plant origin or from the animal origin. In addition to the organic matter, you can find the presence of wide variety of microorganisms. You can find the presence of wide variety of microorganisms starting from actinomycetes to animals. You can find the presence of wide variety of bacteria, wide variety of fungi, wide variety of protozoas, viruses, and other derivatives are richly found in the soil. In addition to the microorganisms, you can find the presence of wide variety of macroorganisms. These macroorganisms will play a very important role in breaking the organic matter into small pieces. In addition to this, in enriching the fertility of the soil, these macroorganisms they play an incredible role. The nature and the property of the soil. The nature and the property of the soil is highly variable in nature. It varies from one geographical area to another geographical area. The soil types, the type of the soil type in that particular geographical area is purely depends upon the type of the climatic conditions. Which type of weathering process is normally occurred in that particular geographical area will play a very important role in determination of the soil type. The soil factors are purely designated as edaphic factors. The edaphic factors are also designated as soil factors. The study of soil is called pedology. Those who are expertise in studying the texture of the soil, the quality and the physical status of the soil are popularly designated as pedologists, The chief characteristic features of the soil are studied. The chief characteristic features of the soil are studied by making use of soil profile. The soil profile is defined as the vertical arrangement of different layers of the soil. The vertical arrangement of different layers of the soil are purely designated as soil profile. The soil profile is purely depends upon the climatic conditions, the type of the weathering process normally occurred in that particular geographical area. In addition to this, the climatic and the vegetational pattern in that particular geographical area will play a very important role in determining the soil type. The study of soil is called pedology. The vertical arrangement of different layers of the soil is called soil profile. If you observe the soil profile, you can find the presence of 3 to 4 horizons or horizons are also designated as layers. If you observe the soil profile, you can find it presence of 3 to 4 horizons. The number of horizons are further divided into sub-horizons. A soil horizon is a horizontal layer. Approximately, you can find the presence of parallel to soil surface, and it possesses distinctive properties with reference to the texture, the physical status, and the chemical status. It is purely depends upon the type of the geographical condition. Just for the study convenience, the horizons are divided into 3 to 4 horizons. In some geographical area, you can find the presence of only 3 horizons. In some geographical area, you can find the presence of 4 horizons. The important horizons are namely O horizon. O refers to organic rich horizon. The next important one is called A horizon. The next important one is B. The next important one is C, and the last one is the R horizon. O, A, B, C, and R horizon are the some of the important horizons normally found in the soil profile. If you observe the O horizon of the soil, is characterized by the presence of organic rich horizon. You can find the presence of dead remainings of plants and animals. In addition to this, you can find the presence of live organic matter in the O horizon. Next to that, you can find the presence of A horizon. The A horizon is further divided into A1 and A2 horizon. A1 is the humus zone. Whereas the A2 is the illuviation zone. The next important one is the B horizon. In that B horizon, you can find a deposited soil in the form of illuviation zone. You can find the presence of deposited soil in the form of illuviation zone. The next horizon is the C horizon. In that zonation, you can find the presence of large pieces of igneous rock. Or the primary rock is found in the C horizon. Below the C horizon, you can find the presence of R horizon. The R horizon is scattered by the presence of parent or the bedrock. Below the R horizon, you can find the presence of molten magma. From the loosened tectonic plates through the volcanic eruption, the molten magma is released to the outer surface of the earth crust, resulting in the formation of primary or the igneous rock, led to the formation of mountain ranges on the earth surface. The study of soil is called pedology. In the A horizon, the A horizon is scattered by the presence of A1 and A2 horizon. A1 is the humus zone, whereas A2 is the transported soil. It is the illuviation zone. The illuviation zone from the point of nourishing the plants. It is very, very essential that soil profile is designated as topsoil. Below the A horizon, you can find the presence of B horizon. The B horizon is the subsoil. subsoil. In addition to the mineral derivatives in soil, you can find the presence of water. You can find the presence of water. The water in the soil is existed in several forms. You can find the presence of gravitational water. You can find the presence of hygroscopic water, that is purely designated as physical water. You can find the presence of chemically combined water. The chemically combined water is highly toxic in nature and it is unreachable to the human beings. In addition to this, you can find the presence of capillary water. The one and the only water which is available to the root is the capillary water. It is normally present in between the two soil particles in the form of a thin filmy layer, with the help of root hairs. The plants will effectively absorb the capillary water that will be utilized for the various activities in the plant body. The next important aspect is with reference to pedogenesis. The process of formation. Genesis refers to formation. Pedo refers to the study of soil is called pedology. Pedo refers to soil. The process, it is the process of formation of soil is called pedogenesis. The pedogenesis, it mainly incorporates three important steps. The first step is called weathering process. The first process is called weathering process. The second important step is the humification. The third important one is the innovation and elevation are the three important steps normally involved in the pedogenesis. The process, it is the process of formation of the soil is called pedogenesis. Genesis refers to formation. It is the process of formation of soil is called pedogenesis. The pedogenesis, it mainly includes the three important steps. The first step is called the weathering process. The second step is called humification. The third important steps are namely elevation and elevation. E and I are the two important processes normally involved in the formation of the soil. The first important process is called weathering process. It is the process of breaking the rocks into fine particles of the soil. That fine particles, when it combines with the organic matter derived from either plant origin or from the animal origin, led to the formation of a natural nutritious medium called soil. It is the process of breaking rocks into fine particles of sand. The fine particles of sand, when it combines with organic matter derived from either plant origin or from the animal origin, led to the formation of soil. The soil is the natural nutritious medium for the luxuriant growth and proliferation of micro and macroscopic organism. It is the ready reservoir of minerals, wide variety of nutrients. It is the ready reservoir of the organic matter. In addition to this, it will provide water for the luxuriant growth and proliferation of wide variety of living entities. Yes, the soil is the natural nutritious medium for the growth and proliferation of living organisms. The weathering process, it normally occurs through various processes. The three important natural methods of weathering process are namely the physical weathering, The second one is chemical weathering, and the last one is the biological weathering process, are the three important types of weathering process naturally seen on the upper surface of the earth. The first important one is called the physical weathering process. It is mainly caused by the gradual heating and cooling of the primary or the igneous rock. In addition to this, as a result of automatic fluctuations in the climatic condition, as a result of action of rainfall, the snowfall followed by the frequent wind currents will play a very important role in breaking the large particles rocks into fine particles of sand. That unique process is called physical weathering. In addition to this, through lightning process also, it will play a very important role in breaking the large particles of rocks into fine particles of sand is formed. That sand is the primary ingredient for the formation of soil. In addition to this, the second type of weathering process is called chemical weathering. The chemical weathering process is normally carried out either through oxidation and reduction process. In addition to the oxidation and reduction process, the carbonation and the solubilization, carbonization and solubilization are some of the important chemical process that will play a very important role in breaking the large particles of rocks into fine particles of soil or form. The last important one is the biological weathering process. If the weathering process carried out through living organism, then it is designated as biological weathering process. With the luxuriant growth and proliferation of pioneer on the xerosis. One of the pioneer on the xerosis succession is the lichens. With the growth of lichen population, with the growth of kalhu on the rock surfaces, resulting in the liberation of lichenic acid. It is the mild form of sulfuric acid. The lichenic acid released from the lichens is the mild form of the sulfuric acid. It effectively chelates the large rock particles into fine particles of soil or form. In addition to the lichens, the luxuriant growth and proliferation of mosses will play a very important role in breaking the large particles of rock into sand or the soil particles or form. By the physical, chemical and biological weathering process, the rocks are break down into fine particles of the soil. That unique process is called weathering process. The second important step is called humidification. It is the addition of humus into weathered rock. The addition of organic matter or the addition of humus to the weathered rock particles is called humidification. Humidification is the essential biological activity that will support nutrient for the luxuriant growth and proliferation of wide variety of living organisms on the earth's surface. As a result of humidification led to the formation of humus. The humus is the ready reservoir of nutrients. The humus is the ready reservoir of nutrients. The humus is defined as it is a dark colored amorphous substance. It is naturally acidic in nature. That partially degraded and stabilized organic matter. The partially degraded and stabilized organic matter is called humus. It is dark color in nature. Tipegobra. It is dark color in nature. You can find the presence of acidic nature in the humus. In addition to this, you can find the presence of ready reservoir of wide variety of nutrients. Only through the humification process, the soil will become highly nutritive in order to support wide variety of living organisms. In addition to this, the humus is the partially degraded and stabilized organic matter. The organic matter is either derived from plant origin or from the animal origin. In addition to this, you can find the presence of ready reservoir of nutrients. With the help of the cellulosic, partially degraded and cellulosic matter, the humus will provide water holding capacity to the plants in retaining the water content for longer duration, and also in order to provide stress and tolerant conditions to the plant body. It requires the essentiality of humus. In the humus, you can find the presence of amorphous, and also you can find the presence of colloidal substances. All these colloidal substances will readily supply wide variety of nutrients for the luxuriant growth and proliferation of plant species. With reference to the main important functional role played by the humus in the exhibition of biogeochemical cycling process, the humification is very important. It will play a very important role in retaining the moisture content for longer duration. In addition to this, it will form soil crumbs. It will create soil porosity. As a result of soil porosity, with the increase in the soil porosity, the water will be easily percolated into the deep of the crust. In addition to this, in retaining the moisture content for longer duration, the humus will play a very important role. In the summer season, in order to survive the particular plant species, the hygroscopic nature of the humus will play a very important role. It retains the moisture content for longer duration. In addition to this, it will provide ready supply of nutrients to the plant body. Are the main important functions played by the humus. The last important step involved in the pedogenesis is called illuviation and illuviation. Illuviation and illuviation are the two important processes that will play a very important role in transport and deposition. In deposition of the soil. These two processes will play a very important role. The first important process is called illuviation. Illuviation. The illuviation is the washing down of materials from upper strata. The washing down of minerals or the materials from upper strata is called illuviation. The main function of the illuviation is it will play a very important role in the formation of different layers of the soil. In the distribution of different mineral nutrients in different geographical layers, the process of transport of materials will play a very important role. That unique process is called illuviation. The illuviation will play a very important role in enriching the mineral content in different organisms. We need the essentiality of a transport process called illuviation. The second important step is called illuviation. Illuviation is the process of deposition of washed down materials or the minerals to the lower strata. The process of transport is called eluviation. The process of deposition of washed minerals to the lower strata is called eluviation. Eluviation are the two important processes that will play a very important role in transport and deposition of mineral nutrient from one geographical area to another geographical area for the formation of different layers of the soil. The next important aspect is with reference to various characteristic features of the soil. The various characteristic features of the soil are purely depends upon the type of the soil composition present in that particular geographical area, the particle size or the grain size of the soil particles. In addition to this, the type of the organic matter present in that particular geographical area, the type of the vegetational coverage on the soil will play a very important role in exhibiting the percolation and porosity of the soil. The percolation and porosity of the soil will play a very important role in determining the water holding capacity of the soil, are the main important characteristic features of the soil. In addition to this, along with the soil texture, percolation, water holding capacity, the type of the mineral composition present in the soil, the pH and the topographic condition. The surface texture of the earth is considered as topography, or the other determining factors that will play a very important role in determining the soil types, characteristic feature of the soil type. In all these contents, namely the size of the soil particles or the grain size, the soil composition, the percolation, the water holding capacity, pH, mineral composition and topography are the some of the important determining factors that will dictate the type of the vegetation in that particular geographical area. The type of the vegetational coverage on that particular geographical area will dictate the language of type of the fauna or animal species that will support. Similarly, in the aquatic environment, the type of the pond, lake, or the ocean or the sea is purely depends upon the type of the sedimentation characteristic feature. If you observe the sedimentation factor, that sedimentation factor is purely made up of soil. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ in determining the type of the flora and fauna population in the aquatic environment is purely determined by the type of the sedimentation factor. Is purely depends upon the sedimentation factor. Based on the sedimentation factors, it will determine the type of the benthic animals to survive. Type of the benthic refers to bottom dwelling animals to survive in that particular geographical area, are the some of the important characteristic features that will determine the type of the fauna population in the aquatic body. The last important aspect in the abiotic factor is the topography. The topography is defined as the surface configuration of an area. The surface configuration of an area is purely designated as topography. If you observe the surface configuration of the earth crust, you can find the presence of humps in the form of mountain ranges, and you can find the presence of deep valleys. In addition to this, you can find the presence of plains, slopes, ridges will be the main important components of the surface configuration. Main important configuration of the surface configuration. The type of the surface configuration of an area is the determining factor in determining the type of the vegetation and the type of the animal to survive in that particular geographical area. If you observe the topography, particularly in the north and in the south face of the mountain, in the north and in the south face of the mountain, you can find the presence of different varieties of species compared to east and west. You can find the presence of highest distribution of different varieties of species in the north and in the southern face of the mountain compared to east and west regions of the earth. In addition to this, the exposed side and the underside of the rock will provide the exposed and the underside of the rock is the favorable condition for the luxuriant growth and proliferation of wide variety of living organisms. In addition to this, in the aquatic ecosystem, the center and the edge of the pond, is characterized by the presence of different varieties of species compared to other surface configuration. Hence, the topography is defined as the surface configuration of an area. The surface configuration of area is called topography. These are some of the important abiotic factors that will determine the type of the living organisms to survive. In the next class, I will explain the main important responses to abiotic factors. Main important responses exhibited by the living organisms with reference to surrounding abiotic factors. This is with reference to the main important features of the last important abiotic factor called soil. Thank you very much.